Today in the Boot Guide, we are looking at the Georgia Boot Company's small batch black wedge sole. So rolling into the heritage market, that whole look and aesthetic is Georgia boots. And I have to say, they're doing a pretty good job at making a low price heritage type casual boot. They use a Vibram rubber on the sole, so it's a little bit longer wearing. It's a familiar name. It's the yellow logo, so it has some sort of cachet in the whole boot market. They attach that to a beautiful blown rubber mid layer. So they have rubber on the bottom and blown rubber in between that and the full leather welt, which makes this boot resoleable, recraftable, rebuildable. That even though this is a mid-priced casual boot, after a few years of wearing this thing and just wearing down that sole, you can actually have a shoemaker chop off that midsole, chop off that bottom sole, and there's some leather there in order for them to attach a new sole to the boot. Now the upper, it's a glove leather. It's very soft, it's very supple. The boot itself is going to require zero to no break-in because there is no hard materials here. With that being said, one of the things we do know about not using very hard, thick, heavily tanned leathers is that it's not going to last very long if you're looking for longevity of the leather. Now when I say longevity, I'm comparing it to other heritage type boots that are out there. And those heritage boots are made from some amazing heavy duty leathers that actually take a long period of time to break in, to form your flex lines, to get to that point where they actually fit just you. This Georgia boot, on the other hand, this is ready to go right out of the box. It's soft. Every part of the boot is soft. The way they use a very soft leather on the tongue, in the collar, and the way they do their insole. Now it's a basic single density insole, but they line the top of it with this nice vinyl material. Now I don't see this material lasting a very long time. It's a very nice touch. The presentation is beautiful. But something I really do like about this when you pull this out is that there's a hard footboard down there, so guys who are wearing orthotics can actually use a heritage type boot with that hard footboard. Now if that doesn't apply to you, when you stick your hand inside, you'll feel that there is a cotton vamp. And for a boot in this price range, that's basically what you're going to find, is you're going to find cotton down inside there. Now in the heel cup section, well, that's one of the sections that I'm not really strong about because it feels almost like they used a felt type material back there. And if you know and I know anything about felt, even if it's boiled wool or whatever it might be, is that it doesn't do very well with abrasion. So if there's a little bit of heel play back in the boot, eventually you're going to wear through there and you're going to have a little bit of a hole, which is kind of normal in boots like this. Laces and hardware in the boot, well, they send along two sets of laces, a black and a tan. Both of them are cotton, not the most durable, but we're not talking a work boot here. We're talking a casual after work boot. We're talking something that you can wear with your raw denim. We're talking about something that you can just throw on in sport and just feel like you still have on a pair of boots. And it still does have that real boot feel when you're wearing it. It feels like a wedge sole boot. It doesn't feel like a cheap copy. So all in all, out of the box, I found it to be extremely comfortable. It's a soft leather. It's a soft blown rubber midsole on a Vibram rubber sole. Everything about it is ready to go. It's soft, it's gonna be comfortable. Probably the only thing you're gonna have to worry about is picking a pair of these up is getting your right length and width. Now there's no big secret to sizing a pair of these because it's Georgia and Georgia makes everything on a very generalized last. Wherever you find most of your shoes are, say you're a 10 across the board in all your shoes, you can buy this thing in a 10. It's gonna fit. It's going to feel like a soft, supple, casual boot. So that's the Georgia small batch black wedge sole boot with a Vibram rubber sole. Hey, if you've worn any of the Georgia small batch, if you've picked a pair up and you're pretty happy with them, please comment below. If you picked a pair up and they didn't last you as long as you were expecting, also comment below. Hey, if you want to see some beautiful detailed photos that I took of this boot earlier in the week, please swing by thebootguy.com. There I'll have the photos, plus I'll have a breakdown on all the materials used in the boot, and I'll have a couple links that'll make it a lot easier getting a pair of these on your feet. Hey, please don't forget to hit my subscribe button below. It really helps out. And don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. All day long I find unique boots like this Georgia small batch and just other stuff out there in the wild. And I like to post photos of it, talk about it, and just kind of enlighten people to what else exists out there in the casual and work boot market. Hey, if you got a few questions about picking up a pair of these Georgia small batch, if it comes down to size and width, and you're just wondering about the leather, is this oil tan leather really going to hold up? What do you need to do in order to waterproof it or just to keep some of the muck off it? Remember, you can always shoot me over an email. All right, until the next time, I'm the Boot Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.